Road trip to Southeast Utah's ruins and petroglyphs. Taking a road trip to Southeast Utah is one of my favorite adventures. Red rock, blue skies, history, culture, and grand views can be described, but only treasured by a first-hand road trip of your own. There is so much to see and do. In this rather quick video, I want to give you a glimpse into Anasazi ruins and petroglyphs seen west of Blanding and Bluff, Utah. You will also see cows, donkeys, and horses. We have a favorite campground in Bluff, Utah, but we have also stayed in Blanding. Both towns are nestled amidst the towering red rock mesas and dramatic canyons of southeastern Utah's canyon country. This region is dynamic, charming, and a hidden gem for travelers seeking a unique blend of adventure, fascinating history, and breathtaking natural beauty. Unlike the bustling crowds of some national parks north of here, Blanding and Bluff offer a relaxed and authentic atmosphere, making it the perfect base camp for exploring the region's many wonders at your own pace. You will want to eat a Navajo taco at one of the casual cafes while visiting in this area. There are 2 national parks not far. I'll cover those in a future video. Now let's hit the backroads to see what we can find. Travel across America with me. Realize that many of these Anasazi or ancestral Puebloan ruins and cliff dwellings, along with amazing petroglyphs, that's rock art, do not have signage pointing passers-by to the sites. You will need to keep your eyes open. There are a few hiking websites that give relatively good information on top spots. I've included a few links below. Oh yeah, don't expect great, or for that matter, any cell phone service along most of this adventure. Also, a high-clearance vehicle is more likely required to navigate these backroads due to deep sandy washes and overall random terrain. The 120-mile-long Comb Ridge is a monocline that trends north-south. It's an uplifted ridge exemplifying southeastern Utah's camera-ready red rock and white rock landscape. We typically drive the graded dirt Lower Butler Wash Road, which is San Juan County Road 262, northbound through the valley, and return southbound on Comb Wash Road, which is San Juan County Road 235. For those of you super outdoorsmen, plenty of free primitive campsites are scattered on the roadsides. We will stay with full hookups, thank you. And as a note, over 50 side canyons veer off of these 2 primary arteries. We always plan a picnic and sit for a while to absorb the beauty that surrounds us. A geocache led us to the Slanted roof ruin site just to the west off of Lower Butler Wash Road. After grabbing the cache, we spotted these ruins tucked away in the splendid canyon wall. I guess they are more appropriately called cliff dwellings. They are absolutely beautiful. I learned that there are excellent petroglyphs at this location after we visited. As I often say, reason to go back. No one has to twist my arm for me to return to this blue and orange world. Speaking of geocaching, this is a great activity for everyone. We have 7 geocaches in this region. If you're ever there, try to get all 7. One is at the Bluff sign, and this one we call Lightning McQueen. Can you figure out why? Our next stop involves both ruins that you can walk around and cliff dwellings tucked away in a canyon. These ruins have been referred to as Cave Canyon Ruins, Cave Canyon Towers, or Mule Canyon Towers. This stop demands at least an hour for the 1.6-mile round-trip hike to the ruins and back. Obviously, the total time depends on how long you choose to explore these fantastic clues into the past. There isn't a sign. Take the turnoff on the south side of Highway 95 about halfway between mile markers 102 and 103. You will be parking in about a quarter of a mile from the highway and then hiking down the road towards the canyon drainage. The ruins are at the head of the canyon and the cliff dwellings are to the east on the cliffside. Look in the distance on the west side of the canyon for more dwellings. Back to the ruins, back to the car. If you are not a subscriber yet, may I ask you to please subscribe? Thank you. Now, let's cross over Utah Highway 95 to reach the Butler Wash Ruins near mile marker 111, which has a real parking lot and a trail across slick rock, flanked by gorgeous prickly pear cactus that are super pretty when blooming. We were there during the fall, so we did not see them blooming, but we did see gorgeous cottonwoods. The trail ends at an overlook to a distant view of the cliff dwellings. The turnoff for the ruins is clearly marked on the highway. Great signage along the trail tells about the Fremont Cottonwood and the Anasazi people who inhabited this canyon. The Fremont Cottonwood is named after one of my favorite Western historical figures, John C. Fremont. This colorful character made a mark on most of the West from Northern California to the Mexico border, and all points in between. The cottonwood is one of the most common trees in this region, as the sign says, taking advantage of the water on or beneath the surface. This wide-spreading tree had many uses by the ancient ones, a term also given to the Anasazi or ancestral Puebloan people. Make note that much of these sites are managed by the Bureau of Land Management, specifically the Monticello office. We have contacted them on several occasions for advice, information, or suggestions for unclassic road trips, and they have been fantastic. The Butler Wash ruins are remarkable. I heard there is a difficult trail through the backcountry that will get you to these ruins. Maybe another day we will peel that layer of the onion. It is hard to portray the vastness with photography. Let me recommend that you take a road trip to see these ruins for yourselves. How are you enjoying this so far? Leave me a comment below. Back to the car to head west on Utah Highway 95. This is the Bicentennial Highway. It is named that because it wasn't paved until 1976. Next stop, Mule Canyon, Anasazi Ruin. This Indian ruin site is also well signed. Actually, it must be better because we found this site on our first try. Haha. The ruin site was excavated and restored by archaeologists in 1973, coinciding with the paving of the highway. This is the site to visit for those with any kinds of restrictions because the path through the ruins is paved from the parking area from a paved highway. It doesn't get any easier than this. Mule Canyon ruins are identified as a unit pueblo, with an L-shaped block of rooms on the north end and a kiva located on the south end. The archaeologists claim this area was occupied, abandoned, and reoccupied between AD 750 and 1150. The ruins are Mesa Verdean in design. Mesa Verde is a wonderful national park located in southwestern Colorado. The cliff dwellings and ruins there are extensive. This Pueblo's tower was in direct line of sight to the cave tower location where we went earlier. Let's start heading back to base camp, southbound via Comb Wash Road, and enjoy some phenomenal scenery along the way to a petroglyph site. Known as the Comb Wash Petroglyphs, there are 3 sites. We stopped at Site 2. Site number 2 is just south of the Lower Fish Creek trailhead at the end of a short spur that leads to a group of boulders. Reportedly, the petroglyphs appear to be of the basket maker style, with some possibly Ute or Navajo in origin. Can you see why this is one of my favorite places in Utah to explore? Maybe the whole country. Flip-flops on the ground. Unclassic road trip. Did you enjoy this adventure? Tell me what was your favorite part in the comments. In an upcoming video, I will take you to our geocache site just outside the boundary of Gooseneck State Park along the San Juan River, Utah. Life Elevated. Please subscribe. Thank you. And you'll want to watch my other videos from Utah, like the Bonneville Salt Flats and the Burr Trail.